This is for my witchy vlog, and I'm Jennifer, and I just want to say thank you to all of my customers and clients. I had an amazing April, all things considered. One of the things I did not consider during our quarantine, lockdown, pandemic times was, since the beginning of then, selling almost 800 products. I hand make everything myself, and while I do have assistants, hello, quarantine, social distancing, all that stuff, they can't really help me right now. So, you know, when high volume things like this happen, I could have people come over and help me like package and put labels on things and all that. So I've been doing this all myself, and I'm still relatively sane. But yeah, this was very much unexpected. I think probably sold about 600 products in April alone. Granted, this is keeping me from going completely insane because I do live alone. My cats aren't the greatest assistants. They'll make appearances in videos, and as long as they're fed and occasionally get some attention, they're, you know, they're cats. But, yeah, well, I don't even know where to start. I mean, it's like, honestly, when this first started and with all the events that were canceled, I was like, oh my God, my business is going to die. It's going to fail. I am not going to make any money. And because I do rely on the income for my business while I do have a day job and whatnot, I do rely on this income a lot because hello, medical bills and other things. And I did invest a lot of money in starting my business, so and educating myself, etc. Yeah. So I was pretty freaking out early on in March, especially as one after one, because I had a lot of events cancel. Oh God, I'm probably up to about, or cancel or postpone. And some of them that have postponed will probably end up either postponing again or canceling. I think at this point, the first event that I have that hasn't canceled yet would be the end of June. But I have a feeling that's probably going to cancel or move. Actually, I think the organizer said it might cancel, but or they might do something online. But I know the Witches Festival in New York City is going all online with theirs, and that's in mid-July. So, and I know a lot of other witchy crafters are in the same boat of having had a lot of events cancel. Now, some people are comfortable still shipping things out, some aren't, because I know there's a few people, if I go to their website or their Etsy store, they'll just have like a sort of the on vacation basically notice. So they aren't shipping things right now. It's been a little bit of a challenge. I've been trying to get the post office to, because you can schedule the post office to pick up, you know, outgoing mail at your residence when, you know, they make deliveries. No different than you know, emptying a mailbox, basically. I've had it happen once this week. Keep trying, but, you know, one day we'll get there. So I'm at least like with my local post office, all I have to do, masked and gloved up, is run through the door, and there's two sort of pull out they're like slots where I can just put all my packages in and then head back out. It takes me 30 seconds. Don't have to interact with anyone. Don't have to wait in line. You know, it would be a much different story if I had to do that. I think I would be a little more like, I'm going to go to the post office once a week. But given the volume I have now of orders coming in every day, and it keeps increasing, which I'm thankful for, I couldn't do it once a week. Or I'd be like, hi, here's 200 packages. And they'd be like, uh-huh. So that I'm at least lucky for with where I live. Now, shipping, on the other hand, I mean, there are some delays. it is what it is. People are understanding. I mean, from everyone I talk to on Etsy and stuff like that, they're like, thank you so much for still, like, making and shipping things out. I do run out of stock on things sometimes just because the supply chain is so stretched thin. I've had finding my current quest, and I've been on it for weeks, is to find either both 4-ounce or 8-ounce plastic bottles, which used to be really easy. Well, at least in bulk, which is cheaper. I think I can get some on Amazon, but they're going to be a lot more expensive. So for some of like my bubble bath and hair rinse and I think like body oils and some of my pregnancy care lines, like massage oil kind of stuff, I might have to raise the prices just because my prices are going up with what I have to pay, rather than getting a bag of, 100 bottles for $30. I might be getting a dozen bottles for $30. So, because what's happened is with a lot of people producing, and a lot of distilleries, and even some of my suppliers like New Directions, Aromatics, and Bulk Apothecary started making their own hand sanitizer. So getting those bottles have been just sold out across the board. Like, I have looked at every single bulk plastics place, and most of them are like, yeah, we might have some back in stock in maybe June or July at this point. So that's been a challenge. And getting things on time. Amazon's hit or miss. Sometimes I get things in a couple days. Sometimes it's like, it might be here next month. I don't know. Or in a couple weeks, and then it'll show up tomorrow. So it's a little hard to anticipate, because like I'm having to think like 2-3 weeks in advance. What am I going to run out of 2 weeks from now? Well, sometimes I'm running out of things faster than I can even get to that point, because right now people are in the self-care aspect after having been in quarantine for 6+ weeks now. So I'm selling out of like bath salts and milk baths like faster than I can. Like I will make a double batch and it'll be gone in like 2 days maybe. So just trying to keep a lot of those things in stock, because also with some of my bulk suppliers, their shipping has slowed down. So like when I could get something in maybe 1 to 2 weeks, now it's more like, okay, maybe 2 weeks to a month. So sometimes I have to have like interim things. It's like, okay, well, I ordered this now from this place. I'm going to order like some in-between stuff from Amazon that'll probably get here faster, or from another place. And, I have all these things coming from different places just so maybe at some point I get what I actually need. And it's always weird things I'm running out of. Well, sometimes it's packaging, or like I bulk ordered, I use the pouches I use for my bath salts and milk baths. Well, volumetrically and weight-wise, they're fine for my bath salts. They're too small for my milk baths, because the volume of milk bath that equals 5 ounces is more than that of salt that way, because it's heavier. So I had to order more of those. So there's just little things like this. I mean, and everyone is so understanding. No one is like, getting all, angry about anything, because I'll be like, hey, okay, well, I know you ordered this, and I'm out of this bottle, but I've got like, another 2-ounce bottle type. I can use a perfume bottle for this, or a aluminum bottle and stuff like that. So everyone's been really understanding and amazing. Because in addition to like at the more witchcraft oriented products I make, is that I do a lot of self-care and aromatherapy based products. So that's what's been selling a lot. So like one of the things I make from aromatherapy is I make these little inhalers. It's just like a little aluminum tube. It's got a cotton wick in it with different essential oils, and they have different, therapeutic properties. But they're not something I can make bulk in advance, because the wicks would dry up, and I would just be wasting essential oils at that point in time, and they're expensive. So I have to, like, if someone orders one, I have to kind of make that now and as I'm sending it out. So, like, that can slow up the process a little bit. So it's a very, I'm just sort of like almost flabbergasted at times. Like, I'm just amazed at, and I've been doing my fair amount of retail therapy, don't get me wrong. Most of the time it's at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I don't know what's going to show up on my doorstep within the next couple weeks. I think I got a signed copy of The Psychic Witch by Matt Oren. I got Lauren Tempest-Zakroff's Liminal Spirits Oracle deck coming. What else do I have? I think I have a Lucifer statue coming. A David Bowie Starman Tarot deck inspired journal. I don't know what else. The rest is a mystery. But yeah, I'm doing my own fair share of, retail therapy, because you can't really go out. My occult stores and botanicas are all closed, so... speaking of which, I ordered some candles from Original Botanica because they opened their online store back up this week, and I was like, yay, candles! Otherwise, most of what I'm ordering is supplies. Lots of herbs, lots of packaging, and whatever else I'm running out of on a regular basis. So... I'm trying to find the best prices out there so I don't have to raise my prices too much. And I've had things on sale and things like that as well. Because I know money is tight for a lot of people right now. I'm at least lucky that I can make my own self-care stuff, so I don't have to go out and buy bubble bath and bath salts and stuff like that. And sometimes I'm even extra lucky, because if I make a batch and I have like a little bit left over but not enough for another package, I'm like, woohoo, I get a fancy bath tonight. Very exciting. But there are issues that come up, because like one of the things that I'm facing right now is the shortage of isopropyl alcohol. Now, when all this started, I was like, I was probably sitting on 5 to 10 gallons of isopropyl alcohol, because I use it in a lot of things. I use it in soap making because it keeps, when you put it on the top and bottom, or in a mold or something like that, it prevents it from getting bubbles. And also, if you're doing multiple layers, like say if I did a layer that was green and a layer that was red, but I didn't want it to all bleed through together, you kind of got to let it dry, and the isopropyl alcohol helps it stick together. So that's one thing I use it for. And that I need to use the 91 to 99% for. And I'm almost out of my last bottle of 91%. I broke down and I ordered a gallon of the 70% isopropyl alcohol on eBay. I completely lost my faith in humanity in the process, because I'm looking at all the people who are selling a 16-ounce bottle of 91% isopropyl alcohol for $25. I'm like, it costs less than $2 a bottle. That's disgusting. And then some people be like, oh, the proceeds are going to charity. I'm like, bullshit. Prove it. Or they'll be like, oh, here's a gallon of isopropyl alcohol for $35, and I'm charging $45 in shipping. I'm like, how does that work? Because I order things by the gallon often, and I've never had to pay, especially for something like that, because isopropyl alcohol doesn't have a lot of weight to it. So a gallon of it isn't going to weigh 10 pounds. But, something like castor oil or flour or something that you got, say, a gallon of is going to weigh a lot more. So I could see that. But, not for basically something that has the consistency of baby water. So that's been a little bit of a little disgusted by humanity in that. But I digress. Oh, moon's come up. So anyways, but yeah, I have orders coming in from overseas. It's sort of like, the horse races. Something I ordered 2 weeks ago from the UK came yesterday. I have my henbane that I ordered March 23rd that has shipped. We have no idea where in the world it is right now, but it's on its way. And I ordered some bulk belladonna, because a lot of my belladonna that I use in the flying ointments comes from Europe. So I'm waiting for that, because my flying ointments are still selling exponentially, and I don't want to run out. But yeah. And I also have another order of belladonna. I like literally every night I look to see where I can get belladonna from, because it's not something that you can, it's people sell a lot of, especially, you know, because there are regulations and stuff like that with some of the more toxic herbs and plant material and stuff like that. So sometimes it's a little harder to find. But yeah. Once my henbane arrives, I'm proud to announce that I will have 2 new flying ointments coming out. I have one that's going to be dedicated to doing shadow work, and the other one is going to be a combination of henbane, belladonna, datura, anoxia, and mandrake root. So if my henbane ever gets here, you can look forward to those. I used to, given the increase in how many orders I've had coming in on a regular basis, I used to make, like, I was releasing products every single week. I think maybe I released maybe 3 products in April, which is unusual for me. Because I'm at least 100 products deep on things that I've got designed and ready to go. So I have a couple new things that are coming out. I tested out last night. I made a Lilith ritual bath salt, mostly using Hawaiian black lava salt, which I love, but it makes your bathtub hella messy. But the water, oh, it's so pretty. It was like the water turns this like murky kind of purpley black. It's very awesome. And I had like some peony flowers and poppies in there. So it was very Lilithy. I've been doing a lot of work with Lilith lately, so it seemed apropos. I have something else coming out soon too, and I forget what. But yeah. It's been a crazy, crazy time in my life. I'm thankful for the increase in sales, not just for profit, for keeping me sane, although sometimes driving me insane. But I live alone, and, you know, it's keeping me busy rather than sitting on the couch and binge watching things, which I've really yet to do. Like, I've only watched like 10 minutes of Tiger King. And like, I haven't even been binge watched that much Supernatural. And I'm always binge watching Supernatural, even on a good day. So yeah. And occasionally I remember to eat. You know, right now it's maybe 11 p.m. and I just had a salad. So I think that was my dinner. I'm not sure. But, you know, I'm thankful, and I'm really, I'm just kind of blown away at this point. And sorry, my cat Moon just came up. Hello, Moony. But I look forward to doing more videos. I do have some forthcoming. I'm working on a sort of as part of my vlogs, or maybe a series of tips for ADHD witches. Like how to do a book of shadows when you're ADHD, because mine is currently, oh, it's on scrap paper, it's in random notebooks, it's in Google Docs, it's on the back of mail, printouts. I don't even know. Some of it I haven't even written down. And I'm also doing a series. I'm going to do sort of a more technical video on flying ointments, what they're all about, and probably kind of profiling specific entheogenic herbs and plants, and then also doing an astral travel bedtime story series. Most of the time I do videos on the weekends for some reason. I don't know why, that it just seems to work out better that way for me. I guess, you know, I don't know. Time is an illusion, especially right now. But, yeah, I mean, I'm just blown away. I thank you all. My friends and my family have been so supportive. And, you know, everyone that I've met through all the great YouTubers I've met, and everyone that supported my business, especially right now, because I've been working for months on the rebrand from Restorative Aromatics to Belladonna's Botanicals, and I'm almost done. It's so weird because I haven't even had time to do like basic marketing for anything. I maybe could get around. I've been trying all week to get around to doing an email blast to my mailing list, and some social media posts and things like that. You'll probably notice if you follow any of my social media channels that everything comes out like boom, 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 and then it's quiet for like days on end because I'll just like schedule everything, and then, because I'll do it all in one fell swoop, and then, you know, on to the next thing. And I'm trying to work on my website. It's mostly done. There's a couple areas I really want to work through the Grimoire Botanica section, which is a lot of really in-depth botanical profiles, and sort of I think I was it the art and craft of witchcraft or something like that we're talking about. I don't know that I really want to go into like different types of spells and rituals and 101 beginner stuff, because I feel like there's so much of that out there. But, you know, kind of talking about how to use things, use different types of products, because people be like, okay, I got this ritual oil. What do I do with it? So kind of giving some more information on that aspect of it. And, you know, keeping up with my YouTube channel and creating content, because I do love that. Also keeping me sane, because I feel like I'm talking to someone. But anyways, hopefully I'll get some videos up this weekend and next week. But thank you so much for your support, and thank you for my patrons from Patreon. I'm gonna have to like make a little like end plate at some point in time, thanking everyone and my supporters and all that. But for now, I'm just trying to get things out as fast as I can and whatnot. But thank you so much. I love you all. Mwah.